Hi there. In this video, I'll show you a quick and simple way to acquire measurements using your Arduino and then transfer those measurements into MATLAB for additional analysis. So I've already programmed my Arduino using the code shown here. This is roughly the same code we've been using for the past several assignments. Remember, this code averages 100 individual analog input measurements, 100 voltage measurements from my heart rate measuring circuit. It averages all of those measurements and then returns that average to the computer using the serial port. So I've already programmed my Arduino with the code shown here. Now when I connect my Arduino to my computer and open up the serial plotter, I can see that when I wave my hand over the circuit, the light sensor responds to the shadow of my hand. Now I'm ready to record my heart rate data. Here's my circuit. I'm going to start by putting my finger on the photoresistor on the light sensor, like that, and then I'm going to hold the LED in my other hand and place it on the other side of my finger on top of the fingernail opposite of the light sensor. So I'm passing light through my fingertip and into the light sensor. Now, looking back over at the serial plotter while I'm doing this, I'm going to adjust my finger, how it's placed on the photoresistor, how my LED is pressing down on top of my finger. I'm going to adjust it until I see a nice clear signal from my heart rate, like the one shown here. And now, here's the tricky part. I have to remember exactly how my finger is placed and how much pressure and arrangement I'm doing right now. I have to remember that because in this step right here, I have to close the serial plotter and then open the serial monitor. Unfortunately, the Arduino doesn't let us run both of those at the same time. So now the serial monitor is running, and I'm going to put my finger back on the sensor and put the LED back on top. I'm going to try to recreate as best as I can the exact arrangement I had when I was recording the good data. And so I'm going to keep doing this and keep the serial plotter, rather the serial monitor here, running for several seconds while I record some good heart rate data. Okay, after I've acquired some good data here in my serial monitor, the next step is I unplug the USB cable from the back of my Arduino, and that stops the data from scrolling past here in the serial monitor. And now the next step is I want to copy this data to my clipboard on my computer. So on a Mac, the process for doing that is to press Command A to select all of the text in this window, and then press Command C to copy that to the clipboard. On a Windows machine, you'll want to use Control A to select all the text there in the window, and then Control C to copy all that text to the clipboard. Now I'm going to open MATLAB and I'm going to paste that data into a new variable called heart. So here you see I typed heart equals and then open square bracket, and now I paste that data in using Command V on my Mac or Control V on a PC, then type the close square bracket, and hit enter, and we see that my data has been imported into a new variable called heart. Let's see that again one more time just so that you can see it. Heart equals open square bracket, paste the data in from the clipboard using Command V on a Mac or Control V on a PC, close square bracket, and then hit enter. And then on the workspace on the right, I see a new variable. We see it has 2,250 elements to it, so that's how many individual measurements I recorded in my data. Now if I use the plot command in MATLAB to actually look at that raw data, I can see it shown here. Looks good. Now you see at the very beginning of the data there and the very end of the data there's some noise, but there in the middle of the data is where my good heart rate data lies. So if I zoom in on that, I can see that the good data corresponds to the measurement points running from about 600 there on the left to about 2,000 there on the right. Those are the indices of the good data points, the beginning and end of it. So when I'm analyzing this data using a Fourier transform in your assignment, it's probably smart to limit your analysis to those points there, and in this example between 600 and 2,000, where the good data was found. Okay, that shows you how to use the copy-paste functionality on your computer as a simple and easy way to export data from the serial monitor on your Arduino into MATLAB for additional analysis. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.